Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Just getting settled in. Mornings. I see one. Good morning. See if I can get in the center of the camera. Good morning. I see two. We're going to do a vocabulary test today. I almost need my notebook so I can write down all these new words. Good morning, Scarlett. Good morning, Wendy. How are you, girls? Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring, right? Thank you, Wendy. Let's see. What other words did they give me? Oh, there's a good one. I'm doing my vocabulary. Hi, Stacy. I'm doing my vocabulary test right now. I'm learning to spell. Feeling down. Oh no, Wendy, we got to work on that. We're going to see if we can't lift you up a little bit. You've been experiencing a lot of wild energies. So, hi, Eric. So let's see if we can't lift some of that energy, clear some of it away today. How's that sound? But I'm here and enjoy the meditation. Good. The meditation will do you some good today. I can feel it coming. So let's see. What other good words have we had recently? It's like my angels are bringing me new words, and I think it's all about changing. Hi, Chetta. Good morning, Charlie. Oh, my gang is all gathering. I love it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful Wednesday. It's funny that everyone else is talking about all the heat that they're getting all over up in New York is super hot, and down in Florida, it's super hot. And here in the mountains, we're about to get probably another thunderstorm. We only have a high of probably the mid-70s today, and we're getting ready to storm again. So here comes the rain. I know in Knoxville 2 days ago they had just all kinds of rain, and flooding. And we got it too, but it didn't flood here too much. But Knoxville had roads closed, so we're really getting the water this year. There is no drought situation in Tennessee. We have been slammed, which is okay because I'm loving it. You got a new word. Wait, I've lost my glasses. They're there. They're hanging right on me. It's going to be a day for me. Block. Okay, well, your word is block. Okay, let's see what that means. We'll feel that out. Hi, Annie7. Good morning. How are you all today? Can you see this crazy hair? I just tuck it back behind my eyes or my ears again. It's a good thing I got ears. Hi, Carol Allen. Good morning. How are you? I named it today, for those of you who are just popping in, it's all about the vocabulary today. They were giving me a good lesson when I was getting ready. I was like, okay, I'm hearing you. I got it. It sounds good. Block selfish people. I figured it out. Block. Yes, you can block people that are going to hurt you, that are hurting you. We don't have to stop loving people. We don't have to be hateful and whatever, but we don't have to allow their energy to flow to us. So basically setting yourself up a good wall of protection. Don't let that come through. Keep yourself in that high vibration. It is so important for us to hold a high vibration right now. So important, which is why they're giving me all of these great words. And they've been popping up. I realized today that these words they're probably trying to get me to write another book. They've been trying to get me to write another book. I just haven't had much time. But these beautiful words, and they come to me, and then I feel like, what is that? What is that? It's a change in the filter. It's changing the way that we're viewing the world, isn't it? We have to look at things differently. The reason that we have to actually begin to see the world differently is because if we are looking, and we've always been trained to look at things backwards. We think the world is just happening around us and we're just stuck in the middle of it. We are actually creating the world around us. We're actually the masters here. And so when we stop looking at the world as is and start looking at the world as we want it to be, we actually recreate things because we're that powerful. And so these beautiful words keep coming to me. These words of translucent, opulent, opulence, that's even better. Really, Charles is going on vacation to Block Island. There's a connection. Maybe there's a reason why you guys need to talk about Block Island, Wendy. That's interesting. Fluidity. These are your vocabulary words today. We're back in school. Reflective. Moldable. There's better ones. I'll let them bring me some more. What good words do you have? What words can you use that are creative, that bring you to a different place? Like you can be in this place of everything feels heavy and difficult, and suddenly you're like, wait, I can change that. That's what they're showing me, is that nothing is stuck. We are not just planted like a tree. We can move, we can change things, we can reach into that reflection, and we can push it around. I love that way that they gave that to me a few days with the reflections. It's like, what's real? I've been so obsessed with the reflections for a while now, for really a few years. I can't drive by one without stopping. I want to take pictures. I want to like absorb myself. I want to spend time looking into that reflective water. Because what's really real? That's the question. What's really real? Hi, Carrie Klingon Butcher. I got stuck. Carrie, we got to get together. I realize you're right in Knoxville. I'm right in Gatlinburg. If you want to come down to Gatlinburg, you come down here. There's a lot of people. You can come out to my house, or we can go find a place. We can find, or we can meet somewhere in the middle. I was actually in Knoxville for a family get-together over the weekend, so I do come up that way. Hi, Lauren Riley. Good morning. You've been looking beautiful. I've been seeing your pictures, all the beautiful clothes you've been buying and dressing yourself up. Hi, Stacy. I've been drawn to trees. Yes, trees. Well, I've been drawn to trees too. It's like it's because it's so healing to just go and hold on to a tree. You know how people used to say, call us tree huggers, and we used to get made fun of, and I'm like, well, you're missing the boat. Because man, when you get heart to heart with a tree, you get a battery charge. They're charging stations. That's what I think trees are. They're charging our energy back up. They're deeply rooted into the earth. That beautiful energy comes back up through that tree, and it joins us right here. So you hug a tree, you put your heart to the tree, and you can feel that energy just fill the body. I don't know if any of you experience that. I know I'm extremely energy sensitive, so it doesn't take much for me to go, oh, I love this. I feel the love of the earth just by holding onto this tree, holding onto this rock. I keep my crystals close. They ground me. They're healing. These things, I'm surrounded by these beautiful rocks. That's why I'm so drawn to the mountains, because there's these big, ancient, they're just massive, beautiful rocks all around me, and I just want to go and put my hands on them. I want to sit down and lay down, use them for a bed, whatever. I just need to be close to all this ancient energy. It's incredible what the earth will give us when we are ready to and willing to receive, isn't it? So, you do look so natural, Lauren. You do look natural in your clothes. You look beautiful. Yeah, let's see what else. I missed some stuff. You know what, Lauren? It's okay. I love the way that human beings can continue to recreate themselves. You can have a certain style for so long, and suddenly you're just like, I gotta shake this up, and then you decide you're gonna try something different. So it takes bravery and confidence. And it means that you're growing forward and that you're gaining self-love. You're looking at yourself with more love than you ever did before. So I am proud of you. I think that's beautiful. Stacy, I felt the urge to stop and take pictures while I'm walking or driving. I know, and isn't it difficult? When I first started really waking up after Steve died, it was like ridiculous. I lived in Santa Claus, Indiana, which is magical. There's nothing I can say about that town except that it's an absolutely magical little town. White deer. I could tell you some of the experiences. The most recent experience was last August. I was there picking up my mother, moving her, and there's this beautiful little park it's actually the Lincoln. It's where Abraham Lincoln grew up, and it's one of my favorite places. The energy there is so incredible. So I went there by myself for a little while, and I was in the neighborhood where Steve and I used to live. There was one white deer that I would see her, and I was like being in the presence of a unicorn. She was so magical. And so I kind of asked him, I was like, I wonder if I could see that white deer somewhere. Well, I can't. That's a gated community. I can't get in there. So I went to this Lincoln Park, and I'm like walking down this beautiful little trail, and I have pictures somewhere. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. It was a little, just a regular deer, not just, because deer are beautiful, but it was just a small, like a fawn, regular colored deer, what you'd normally see. and it ran across my path, probably 20 feet in front of me, and I saw a glimmer of white in the trees behind it. I'm like, what is that? And it went running across the path, and it was not solid white. It was white. It was regular colored in the front, regular colored in the back, and it had a white saddle that was kind of splotchy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was magical. I just like, my hand to my face, and I just started bawling like a baby, because I know that was Steve. I know it was Steve. I asked specifically for a white deer, and he created this creature that, like, somehow this creature crossed my path that was absolutely, the energy was like, oh my gosh, like, I just was like, thank you, and gratitude for that beautiful miracle. So nature is so incredible when we're willing to ask. It's not just Steve, it's just, he's part of source. He is part of the gifter. Let's call source energy the gifter. Wants to give us beautiful gifts, wants to, right there, ready to give all the time. What can I give you today? Can I give you some kind of energy from the earth? Can I give you a magical experience that's going to lighten your mood, that's going to make you feel better? Can I give you, just, it's like, can I give you the gifter? The gifter wants to give us gifts all the time. I call him Steve. You may call the gifter anything you'd like. Do you want to call the gifter God? Do you want to call the gifter Jesus? Do you want to call the gifter Buddha? Whatever you'd like. Whatever you'd like. You come up with a name. I call him Steve. It's a book I'm working on. I call him Steve because I got to know the gifter through Steve. He brought me closer to the Creator. He brought me closer to the Creator inside of me. It's really you. You're reflecting out. What are you going to create? That's what they're giving us all these words for. Fluidity. What is fluidity? What is it to the angels? It means that your life is not set in stone. We often love to go to people to get psychic readings. We want cards read. We want people to swing a pendulum. We want them to read our palms. We want to know our future. And the reason why that really, truly will never work, it can give you an idea. It can influence you. It can help you think, okay, I'm going to go, maybe, it might help you. It might give you some inkling of a direction to take. Nothing that we read for you, and I'm saying this and I'm probably going to make some people mad, there is no way that I can actually tell you your future. I can only give you an idea as we open up your Akash, as we kind of look into. I've always been more of an encourager. I want you to know that you have control, that those cards that you're holding in your hand will speak to you. They speak to you in the most beautiful, magical way through your own filter. So everything that you're doing on this earth has the potential for change. There's no way that you could possibly, people can give you a general idea. I went to a really good psychic after Steve died, and she gave me a lot of information from him, and she told me that I would make it to the mountain someday, that it would take me some time. She saw the name of the street that I would live on, something like Windy. She couldn't quite come up with it. I live on Wesley. She told me that I would be able to look out my door and I would see trees and woods. There's an extra lot on the property. There's nothing but trees. She told me a lot of things that really fit, that were really beautiful. But it took me a long time to get here. And there was a lot. She did say that there was a lot that I had to go through. I had a lot that I had to deal with before I could get there, and she was correct. She was very, very good. So I'm not going to discredit that ability, but I want you to know that your life is so fluid, and that if someone is giving you a reading that's not what you choose, like it doesn't feel good to you. No, that doesn't feel good. You get the opportunity to recreate yourself at any point. You get the opportunity to rewrite your story. I don't know that it's always been this way. I don't know. I just think that we have forgotten our power for so long, that maybe it hasn't always been this way, but now, in this new energy, you get to recreate your story. You can take those soul contracts, you can rip them up. You can dispose of old karma. You don't have to carry the energy of the ancestors anymore. You don't have to try to resolve everything that's ever gone wrong in your ancestral line. Many of us believe that we have to do that. Many of us have. We have created change. But if you so choose to let go and recreate yourself, Use that fluidity. Use that translucent energy that you've got. Your magical creatures. You have the ability now in this new energy to truly recreate, to truly create. So imagine all of us together. All of us. We are sitting down in a room together. We all have our paints out. And we have a beautiful, huge canvas. And we're going to work together. It's not separate canvases. We're all working on the same one. It's monstrous. And each one of us is taking our paintbrushes. And we've decided that we're going to paint ourselves into a more beautiful world. Translucent. Fluidity. What other words do I keep writing down? Reflective. Moldable. We're all creators. We are creators of this environment, this world that we're living in. We're creators of the societal, whatever we've created, all of this. We can sit around and complain all we want about who's in the White House and what's going on in the world. And you can complain all you want. You're not creating anything through complaining. So look and see what is needing change. And then let's start creating the energy for that change. Let's start seeing it. You have to see it. You have to decide that you're ready to accept your own birthright. Your birthright is that of the Creator. The ability to change the life that you're living, to change the atmosphere of the planet, to change the vibration, to lift. Those of us who came here with this job in mind, we accepted a job, we accepted a position to raise the vibration of the planet. How do we do that? We can't do it by falling into the news media or the storytelling. There's so much storytelling. Don't let yourself fall into all the stories that pull your vibration down. You know what they are. You can tell stories. You can listen to stories. It's a beautiful way to raise your vibration. Just feel when you're getting pulled into something and your vibration starts to drop, it's time to step away. It's time to breathe. It's time to go meditate. It's time to go out into nature. It's time to, because you are a creator. Each one of us here, we're all creators, and many, many more. We know that we came here to do this. You know deep inside of you that you are a creator, that you brought creative energy with you, that you're every bit as much powerful as God Himself has given you the ability, herself, whoever your creator is. You have the ability to change this planet, to heal this planet. And it comes through, of course, we have to do physical work. We have to go clean things up. We have to, we have to go vote. We have to do these things, but we also have to be responsible for every second of the energy that we're putting into the world. If you're putting in that energy of negativity, if you're spending all your time watching the news and worrying is horrible for you, by the way. If you're putting all your energy into that, you're not creating from the right energy source. So you're literally pulling in. You're so powerful. I'm worrying about this. Well, guess what? It's only going to get worse. Because you're so powerful, you've just created the energy of negativity and lower vibration. And so as you've sat there worrying about it, you've actually prayed for what you don't want. That's the best way I can put it. Worry is pray for what you don't want. Stressing, all that stuff, it's like pulling you. This is lower vibrational stuff. They're reminding you today that holding yourself in a high vibration requires exercise of the spirit. Exercise you learn how to better meditate. You learn how to go out into nature. You learn to listen to that little voice inside of you that says, wow, this isn't pulling me up. This is only pulling me down. I can't stay here. Learn to call in your angels for protection when you go out into the world. Learn to realize your own power. Learn that everything is fluid and can be maneuvered and changed. There's nothing set in stone. As you look out across the earth and you're like, man, there's so many things that are wrong right now. You know, how many people say that? Yeah, I want to make changes, but there's so much that is just so messed up that I'm not big enough. I can't do it. I give up. I'm not even going to try anymore. I'm just going to stay in my house and hide from the world. Then what happens? Then what happens? We've lost your power. We have. We all came here to work together. We all need to draw together. So on this beautiful canvas, we're going to do this in just a few minutes. We're going to create. We'll wait just a few more minutes for people to gather. we're going to go into a meditation that's going to be us painting. What do you want to see? Start envisioning. What is it that you want to put in this painting? Make it beautiful, please. Make it beautiful. Make it a wake-up call. Let's all realize that we're all connected. I know that person may look different. I know they may act different. I know they may listen to different music or dance differently. Or they might have a totally different belief system, and they might live on a different part of the world, and they, whatever. There's enough to go around. We're all connected. We are all connected. We all come from the same tree. We're just all roots off the same tree. Doesn't matter that we look differently, act differently, think differently. In the end, we all go back to the same. We're all the same. So can we start to wake up to that? And can we create a world where we can all look upon each other with love? That's it. Look through the lens of love. It takes work sometimes. I give you that. It takes a lot of work sometimes to love that person that you feel is doing wrong to you or to someone you love or to anyone. We're empaths. We don't want anyone to get hurt. They're here to fulfill a purpose. They're a soul. Buried underneath all of that is this perfect soul. I was trying to figure out what that reflection just came from. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's right here. I didn't see a car go by. It's right. I don't think you can see my hand beside me. I can't make it happen. Right there where my thumb is. Maybe it was a bird. Something went by, whatever that light source is, and it's like it distracted me greatly because I don't have anything in here with me that's alive. Hello. That I know of, anyway. Watch it for me, Wendy. What do you guys got? I'm really going off, but it's important when they bring me a message like that. It's so important to pass it on because it's a different way of thinking. We have to step out of that ego. Ego is really low. Ego likes to pull us back into oldness. It likes to pull us back into the old ways of thinking. And in order to recreate this world, we have to pull from the voice of the Spirit, which is what they keep giving me to teach. We pull from ego. We pull from the voice of the Spirit. The voice of the Spirit is God in you. And when we pull from that, we change the planet. And it's so important for people to learn this right now. So important for people to figure out the truth of who they are, to wake up. I'm not just this little person. It's such a wake-up call. Think about it when you first realized it. Like you were walking through life and you thought, I'm just a victim here. The world is happening around me. I got nothing. Can't do a thing about it. I'm just this little person that just has to be punched around and roll with the waves, and they're just beating up against my ship, and I have nothing I can do. I'm just here. I was there. I was in that space for a very long time. I had no power. I had given all my power away. Every morning I woke up unhappy. Every morning I woke up to someone who was just miserable and hateful. And I lived that life for 20 years. Waking up in the morning to someone hateful, going to bed at night feeling sad and hurt and tired and exhausted. 20 years. And so now, imagine those people in the world that are still going through that. They don't know that they have power inside of them. They have forgotten their God selves. They think that they're only this one life. This little person who's being knocked around, little bitty boat on a huge ocean. And it's just knocking them around, and they got no way to control it at all. And then the second that you come along with your beautiful energy, that beautiful creator energy, and they hear you, they see you, and their heart just resonates with you, and it goes bing, and they wake up. Remember that moment for yourself, that moment. I remember that moment when I first heard the voice of my guide, one of them, that told me that I was a sensitive. I was in the car, and I remember that moment. I had left, my husband was at home being his hateful self, and he was super angry, always angry at that point, and I never understood why. I had no idea what I was. I got in the car, I'm driving by myself, and I just finally asked the question out loud, why am I so angry right now? And the voice came to me very clearly and said, you are a sensitive. You have to be careful who you spend your time with. And I went, wait a minute. Who just said that? I remember it being so clear. It was as someone was right there in the car with me. And that was my wake-up call. It was like, ding. Now, I don't know who I passed. I don't know if it was just my time to wake up and it was part of my plan, or if I actually passed by someone that my heart resonated with. And suddenly my ears were open and my eyes were open, and I was like, wait, what's going on here? And I started reading books. Dan Millman, the life that we something living the life, you guys know what it is, the book on numerology. I went straight to the library. I went online and I started looking at sensitive, and I found the book on highly sensitive people, and then that led me to chat groups that were highly sensitive people that were calling themselves empaths. And I was like, okay, what's an empath? That's just in movies. And I realized, no, it's not just in movies. Not only is it just in movies, not just in movies, but that's me. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. And it just rolled on from then. It took me a while, but it was the day that I said, I gotta get out of this marriage. And I got out of the marriage. It took a really long, very difficult, violent, mean time of 6 months of trying to get out of that. And we did it. We made it out. And 6 months later, I found Steve. And everyone knows the story after that. Those people that are still wandering the earth, that are still in abusive, there are still many, many of them. They're still in really difficult times, and they just don't remember the truth of who they are. And it's our job to raise our vibration, to walk through the planet, step lightly. Just step lightly with love and acceptance. Let go of the judgment. They don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. When Jesus was hung on the cross, for those of you who are Christian believers or I believe in Jesus. I don't really fall for organized religion. But the line that really touches me is, forgive them, Father, for they know not who they are. They've forgotten. We've simply forgotten who we are. We've forgotten the truth. And so in that amnesia state, we walk through life just thinking we got to figure out day to day how we're going to pay the bills. Wishing we could have something that somebody else has. Wishing that we could be somebody different. Always longing for something. Always reaching for it. And many times we reach for it in the wrong ways. All we really want is love. We go shopping. We rob somebody. We steal something. We get in the White House and we pass laws to try to protect our toys. We do things always that are less than what we are truly made of. We only need a wake-up call. We just need a wake-up call. So that's our job. That's what they're trying to give me. We're going to go into this meditation, but they're like very easily trying to help you to realize your importance on the planet. Your job is not to judge. Your job is not to hate that person. Your job is not to lock your doors and hide yourself away. Your job is to come back out. Come back out differently than we went in. A few months ago, we all got locked down and we all had to hide in our houses. We may have to again. I don't know. I think that this virus is going to be one of those things, fluidity. I just heard that again. It's one of those things, as long as we learn the lesson, we take care of the planet, all of the things that we learned while we were in lockdown, the changes that some of us made. I think that second wave is really only going to fully hit us if we come out into the world the same as when we went in. If we learn from these things, then we don't have to repeat the lessons. That's really the most basic rule that we've got. We've come here to learn. We wanted to learn lower vibrational stuff. We are each the seed of God. We are divine, each one of us. And yet we came here to learn and experience all of these crazy lower vibrational things. Humanity has already learned everything it can possibly learn. There's no lessons left. We have already worked through it. That's what they're trying to give us. And so here we are, ready to move into a higher frequency. Many of us have been working on this for a while. We're ready to go into that higher frequency, and yet there's people back there somewhere, those baby souls, that are nowhere near. They're nowhere near ready to move into 5D, 7D. Imagine one of them giving them the ability to instantly manifest. One of these people that's like, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who I'm talking about. Imagine if you gave someone that ultimate power of being able to manifest instantly, who is not awake, who would take advantage, who would create so many disasters, who would create something that would destroy an entire race. That's the truth. That hit my belly, that hit that space. Some people, if we gave them, if they were able to move into 5D and instantly manifest, would create the energy of destruction, of killing off anyone that's different from them, anyone that doesn't have the same thought process as anyone. That's why we're in this right now. We're supposed to be waking up. We're supposed to be waking up. And we're supposed to be helping other people to wake up so that everyone on the planet can receive the ability to manifest. So that everyone can create from a beautiful energy of love instead of this energy of hate. So, I don't know, some days this just goes, doesn't it? So I'd like us to work for a few minutes. We have 10, 11, they keep bouncing around. And if I have missed you, Erica, good morning. Carrie says hawks are it for me. When I see them, I know my answers, and that everything will be okay. It's exactly true. Hawks do bring powerful messages into your world, don't they? And for me, I always start seeing hawks everywhere when I'm ready for a change, when it's time to fly. I saw hawks everywhere when I was in California. They just were everywhere. Like they'd land on a tree in front of me. One of them flew right in front of me. I'm not going to say what I was about to say because one of them flew right between me and another person. And I should have gotten the message, but I didn't. I did finally. I was slow about it. Cindy, I don't know if I said hi. Hello, hello. I have over 33,000 pictures in my photo file, 2 years worth. I probably overtake. Yeah, it's nothing but take the camera out, take pictures. It's so beautiful here. Here's my problem. I can sometimes capture how beautiful I see things almost, but I don't think anything can top what we see. I struggle to get those pictures that I really want because nothing can beat how beautiful this world has become to me. So I get a little frustrated with the camera sometimes. Like, nope, it didn't do it. You can't even come close, camera. You can't even come close. Nature creates scenes and lays them in my path. Exactly, Cindy. Nature gives us such beautiful gifts. Such beautiful gifts. Sometimes I wish I could share, just bring you guys all here. Let's go on a path. Let's just see the way the light touches certain parts of the woods. You know how the sun keeps the trees or keeping it all muted? I'm so obsessed with those places where the sun breaks through the trees. Partly just the rays that I see, and then partly when it hits just certain spots, the light, the way it touches the green. It's like, oh gosh. So beautiful. It's so perfect. If everyone could only see the perfection. Cindy, thank you for being here. Fresh coffee on the deck at sunrise. That sounds very nice. Oh, so do I keep stalling? I'm very sorry. I think I've got a decent connection. I love how I watched that after. Can I reload? It was a really important message too. So please, I'm gonna watch. I don't have anything that says that I've got a poor connection at all. It actually looks really good. Here's what I can do. I'm sorry. Let me do this. Nope, it's already on. I'll turn. Okay. So Wendy, let me know. And now my phone's gone dark. There we go. Let me know if that's better. I had my Wi-Fi on. The Wi-Fi sometimes can be spotty. So we'll go right to Verizon. See if that helps. It is a joke. Just got notified that my contract to raise the vibration to raise the planet fell through due to one signature that was missing. That's funny. Very good, Lauren. Don't want to apologize for being late, Julie. You're right on time. Carrie says, I watch no news, no television shows with any violence, and no movies with any violence. I don't do horror films and nothing demonic. As yes, for sure. Be aware of what you're letting in. Your ego self will hold on to any negativity. Your ego loves it. Your ego feeds on that stuff, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, I want to, like part of you is just drawn to that darkness, isn't it? And you have to really work to change that, to retrain the ego. Come on, little ego. You got some training to do. Treat your ego like it's a little puppy dog that needs to be housebroken, that needs to be trained. and get it acting better. Go sit in the corner, ego. I'm going to go and spend some time with my higher self for a while you take a rest. Do it often. The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aron. Yes, by Elaine Aron. Thank you. I couldn't think of her name. I can't often think of names. So I appreciate that, Lauren. Elaine Aron was my beginning point. And then it was the other one that I said a few minutes ago. Dan Millman. For the numerology, it's more of a just listening to your intuition. What do you need? What do you need? Anchor Light's a good one to wake up intuition. There's so many good books. There's so many ways to wake you up. And sometimes I found Anchor Light, just people read it, they're like, they got no idea, and it's a wake up call. It's like, ding, the light switch. So whatever you feel drawn to, truly, and whatever someone else feels drawn to. And we just continue to put ourselves out there in any way that we can. Videos, books, whatever, so that people that are trying to wake up can find their answers through one of us. And it's important. No violence, you are correct. The white figure above me is like a dancer. Would you like to? I've pulled her in before. Christina, thank you for being here. I'm going to pull her in real quick. She's old and she needs a good cleaning. Jim brought her to me, but she has a name somewhere, I thought she had a name. Oh, there it is. Elation. She's Elation. That's how I feel. That's it. I really relate to that some days. It's like, this is where we're coming to. So, she's pretty, isn't she? I love that he brings me things like that. He's like, this is definitely a Diana. Little presents from Jim. He knows me well. Hey, Christina, Carrie, let's see. If we condone as entertainment, then we will see it manifest and we are. Yeah. I realize that we have freedom of speech, freedom of press, all these things. I realize that we established all this for this country. And yet, there has to be some education for what we're feeding ourselves and what our children are eating, what they're chewing on as far as entertainment is concerned. Because I've said this for a long time and I get myself into trouble, but I don't think that we can continue to feed our egos violence and expect that violence is not going to come from that. Some people, maybe they can handle it, but it's definitely affecting their vibration no matter what. And that's what we don't think about. We're like, well, they're not going to, they know it's just a movie, whatever. Yeah, if you got a strong psyche, it's just a movie. You're not going to act on it. But it will affect your vibration. And if you're energy sensitive and you have that part of you that is going to respond, you're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel ugly. When I watch those things, it lowers my vibration. Even watching YouTube sometimes. This morning, sometimes when I'm just sitting there trying to wake up, YouTube videos come on, and sometimes they really make me laugh, and I'm loving them, and other times it's like, I feel it pulling my energy down. Just be aware of it. Be aware of what feeds your energy and what drains your energy. It's okay if you want to feel it, if you want to experience that. Sometimes, like, if it's sad, yeah, I want to go there. I want to experience that. It's okay. My soul wants to experience some grief, some sadness sometimes. I don't judge it. But if you want to pull your energy up, then be aware that certain people, certain foods, certain activities, certain TV shows, certain music can pull us down sometimes, or music can lift us up. So be aware of what it is that lifts your energy, so that when you're down there like that, when you've gone ahead and let yourself sink down in a little bit, that you know what your lifelines are. What can pull me back up? I was listening this morning. I was a little bit shaky or weird this morning, and I put on a YouTube video that was Native American water blessing, and it had a little child singing this beautiful, in the native tongue, this beautiful water blessing, and I felt my energy battery go boom, 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 boom. We just have to find those things that pull us up sometimes, and sometimes it's each of us. Sometimes we're here to do that for each other too. Wendy, I never wish for anything someone else has, for that person can have something that you know nothing that makes them feel so sad. That's true. Here's the thing. The truth of it is, the way that it works is that if one person can have it, we're all equal in what we're capable of manifesting. And so if you see something that someone else has and you really, really want it, well, you don't need to want what they've got. You just say, well, it's great that they got that new car. I could have that too. It's great that they can play the piano. That means I can play the piano too. It's really beautiful that their life is so, because I know that if they can exist that way, that I can exist that way too. So it's all in our verbiage. It's the way, that's where we started. It's in the words that we use. It's what we allow to come out of our mouth. It sits here in our brain and it suddenly comes out, and we're like, it has power. Every word that we use holds energy and has power. And so what words do we want to use, not only on other people but on ourselves? Can we please learn to use affirmations? Please learn to look at yourself in the mirror. Please, every day when you're feeling down, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. I know you're having a hard time. I know you're having a hard time today. I know it's very difficult being physical. Sometimes it's really heavy to be you. And yet, I know that maybe you're not feeling that great, that your body is a little bit, but it's okay, because your body's always listening. Let's talk nice to the body for a little while. Let's just, sit and rock. Let's be easy. Maybe we could do something comforting for a little while. Maybe we could take a nice walk. Look at yourself in the mirror. Be the voice that you need. You can be that loving presence in your life. Start talking nice to yourself. You're doing a great job. You're incredible. You're here. You're doing such hard work. Your angels are speaking to you right now, by the way. I hope you're hearing. You all are doing such perfect work. You're all like, you've come to this place and it's so difficult. It's such a difficult place to exist. Can you see yourself through a different light? Can you enjoy this life in a way of, it's only temporary, it goes by so fast, and you've come here to do this beautiful work, and just by being here and just by breathing, you are raising the vibration of the planet, and we are thankful, we are grateful for all of the hard work that you're doing. And we're here, we're always here. You can feel us when you concentrate, when you try, you can feel us at your back. Feel that right now. Feel us at your back right now. We're right there. We're always right there. We're holding you up, we're lifting you up. Anytime those lower vibrational things come into your energy field, we're working to sweep them away, clean them up. Just ask us. We're always here. We're always available to you. We came here to help you. You brought a team. We're your crew. We want to help you. You're such a beautiful vessel. Just allow yourself to feel the love. Can you do that? Can you allow yourself, as you're standing in front of the mirror looking at yourself, you start out talking. You're just kind of talking. And it's you. And then suddenly you'll shift into this other place, the voice of the spirit. Suddenly that angelic energy starts flowing through those vocal cords of yours, this hidden vocal cord that we're working on, this deeper place. They want us to be able to channel that energy, to hear music through the vocal cords. Angels have this very musical, different kind of being. They open their mouths and this beautiful sound comes out. They're gifting us with that now. They're like, okay, the world needs to hear that beautiful sound. The voice of the spirit, that's what it's all about. And it feels so good to bring that into the planet, to just let others hear and wake up to the sound of your voice. They hear you. They don't know why they respond to it, because some deep part of them is suddenly aware that they're greater than they thought they were. And they hear it in your voice, they hear it in your words, and they're like, ding, switch turns on. That's what it's all about. It's that easy. Don't think that you can't do something to change the environment of the planet. All of these wicked things that are going on, don't think that you don't have power over that. Every one of us has a voice. Every one of us creates a ripple effect with our words, with the sound, with this beautiful angelic sound that we can bring forth. And as we do that, we're changing the whole face of the planet, and everyone on it is being affected by it. We're many of us, and we cover the earth in this beautiful grid. It's been created for years and years and years. They've been putting people in certain places. This is your place. These are the people that are going to be drawn to you. This is your. We wanted to see this. I asked Steve once. I said, "Why did you leave me here like this? It's a miserable place. Why did you do that?" He's like, "'Cause you chose it. You wanted to be a part of this." And so I had to spend some time with myself. Okay, what did I want to choose to experience? And I see it now. I see it. He was so right. He said, if you could only see how incredibly beautiful it's all going to be, you would know why I had to leave. You would know why I left you there. Let's change the wording. He's like, you would know why I had to leave you. He's still working. They're all still working. They left us, yes, but they're all still working. They're light workers too. He's such an incredible light worker. He's creating love and light and joy and happiness and purpose and all of these beautiful higher vibrational energies. He left so that he could help create this. I stayed so I could help create this. You are here so you can help create this. So let's do it for a few minutes. Let's create the most magnificent painting. Each one of you, I want you to get yourselves grounded. You know how to do this now. You put your feet on the floor, and I want you to envision roots coming out your feet. Take a big breath. Get yourselves all cozy. I'm going to take off these big old glasses so I can be cozy too. Let's channel some beautiful energy. The angels are all around us. They're right at our backs. When I started talking, I felt them come into the room. I hope you feel them at your back. They're there with you, right there, in your space with you, lifting you up. And so I'd like you to envision yourself today. We are all together in one space. It's a beautiful healing space. It is. There's white everywhere that I look. It's like it's the most incredible place. Like white marble, only even better. It's like translucent. It's so beautiful. And there is a huge canvas on this wall, and they would love for us to all gather together. The angels are calling us in. I can see them. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Get your paintbrushes. Grab your paints. It doesn't matter what you think of your abilities. Here, everything is in perfection. In this space, whatever you touch onto that canvas is going to go out into the world. You have a magical paintbrush. You have beautiful colors. Every color ever imaginable and more. Every shade. Some are shiny. Some have beautiful little sparkles in them. Every time you touch your paintbrush to the canvas, there's light. There's light in the paint. Everything is like touching light to a canvas in different colors. So I want you to envision yourself going over to that canvas. We are perfectly safe here. Our angels are all around us. Breathe that love into your heart space. Use that love as you touch your paintbrush to the canvas. So every time you go to touch your paintbrush to the canvas, I want you to breathe in love into your heart. Let it flow from your heart through your arm and down into your hand and through into the paintbrush, and create an incredible painting with us together with love, with only the energy of love. Hold your vibration really high. And as you're doing this, we're asking all of the archangels, we're asking the angels of the violent fire, Saint Germain, Jesus, Buddha, God, the Creator. We're asking for the beautiful energy of Source to come down from your crown. I see a hand over your head, and I feel warmth on the top of my head. Let's allow that beautiful, perfect energy of Source to flow through us as we paint this creation. Taking away any negative energy, any earthbound spirits, we ask to have their cords, anything that might be attached to any one of us here in this group, or anyone that watches this in the future, have cords or attachments, any earthbound spirits, any soul contracts that can be severed, that can be ripped up, you can tear those up. Any old karma, any ancestral energy that can be released at this time. We ask for a perfect clearing of our energy fields, of our space around us, our homes, our cars, our land. Please clear this space and clear us. And we allow that to happen as we paint this beautiful picture. So continue to envision yourself in this beautiful room. It's nice and cool and comfy. Perfect temperature for our bodies. And paint. Paint away. Every time you touch your brush to that canvas, something beautiful comes forth. Let's fill it up with light and love. And the energy is heavily in the throat space right now. If you're feeling that, there's an upgrade going on. New energy. Voice of the Spirit coming in. I see such beautiful colors touching the canvas. Thank you so much for joining me. Big, beautiful. Thank you. Somebody is in there just making great, big, powerful movements on the canvas. And some of you are more into little delicate flowers and rainbows and birds. And I'm loving all the way that it all blends perfectly together. Do it your way. It's okay. However you want to paint that canvas is completely up to you. You don't need to try to do it to please anyone else. Just do it your way. It's perfect. Holding that energy in the throat space. There's some heaviness there. If you're ready to release any grief or the inability to speak your truth, any heaviness, any darker energy. If you're ready to let that go, just release. Open your hands, let it go. Relax your body. Enjoy the freedom of painting with your higher self. Enjoy that beautiful, beautiful creation and just let go. Down into the heart. Filling up that heart with the energy of love. Let's push some of the energy back into that extra storage space behind your heart. Just take it. Envision yourself just pushing it back in there. Take as much as you want. There's more than enough to go around. It never runs out. That's your added energy. It's going to allow you to spread more and more and more love across the planet. They're asking you to take as much as you'd like. Please fill yourself right up. Down into the solar plexus. Remember some of these things you're creating on that canvas. I'd love for you to tell me what you see. Into the second chakra, clearing away, clearing, cutting. I can see Archangel Michael coming in and cutting cords and attachments, removing anything that's negative, lower vibrational energies from your energy field. Crossing over any of those earthbound spirits. I see some heading up into the light, going into healing. The energy's now into your root chakra. Nice and clear. You all receive just a beautiful clearing. Centered, grounded, sitting in your own perfection. Being of light, being of perfect light and love. And the energy goes right on down your legs and into your feet, down into the earth, being recycled through those beautiful roots. The roots come right back up. That energy is coming up and it's building a root system within you in every which direction. You can see that light going to every cell, every single part of your body, climbing all the way up very quickly, lighting you up, renewing your inner light so that it shines even more brightly to those around you. And I feel it moving right up every single chakra, spinning, spinning, spinning. Up into the heart. Moving up into the throat. Beautiful. Into the third eye. Shooting right up out of you. Spread that love. Share it, share it, share it. All of that love that you just built up, let it go. It's not your own. You're just giving away the energy of love from Source. Share it out across the planet. Anywhere that you see the need, if you have any certain people, we're continuing with Ruth Bradford, allowing all the healing to herself, to her family, to those that are in need of healing and love right now. To each one of our children, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, cousins, wherever you want it to go. Sharing it out across the planet. That beautiful painting of yours that you've been working on. I see the angels now. You step back and let's all look at this creation. It is magnificent. The most beautiful thing you can ever imagine to see. And the angels are coming And they're lifting it up into the air, and as they lift it, you can turn your head up, you can see it above us. And they're taking it, and they're going to use that as a blueprint across the planet. They're going to use your ideas, your creation, to create the new earth. So it's going up, and it's going into a place of creation. Whatever the process is they have, they're thanking you for this beautiful thing that you've done today. So much love. Can you feel it? It's incredible. I'd like you to call your Holy Spirit higher self back in now. A little paint on your fingers. You've had a good time. Come on back in. Pull them back into your heart space. They love it once you're all nice and clear. They're at home there. Ego is coming back in, falling into an alignment with a higher self. They're becoming good friends, the ego and the higher self. We can work together, they say. We're working together. Now, Archangel Michael is coming through, wrapping each one of you in a beautiful bubble of protection, telling you, reminding you that you can go into the world, that he's got you, that you are fully protected, ready to go out of the world and shine that beautiful light. Now we're going to count to 10. We're going to come back up out. Just start to wiggle and move and breathe. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come back into the space. See what you guys saw. You have been very busy. I've been talking a lot. Scarlet saw peacock feathers moving like liquid, beautiful, noisy. Sorry. Sometimes my computer gets crazy. Faye, thank you for jumping in. Carol, I've never liked my voice. Then I got whooping cough and it got worse. I remember asking for healing so I could sing again. Just let it come back in. Tech bugs. Yeah. Share your heart and soul. Let yourself be loved. I hear you, Lauren. You got a lot of heavy stuff. I don't have a lot of time to go into that right now, but I do appreciate everything you're saying about equality. Lauren Riley, no, it's people jealousy. We don't need to want what everyone else has. We only need to know that we are all capable. That we're all equally capable of creating a beautiful life. It has nothing to do with all of the little things. Things are only things. They cannot go with us when we pass. It's the energy. It's always in the energy. What is it that you'd like to create that makes you feel more comfortable, more energetically alive? You'll find that when you only focus on the energy, those things that other people have, they don't matter so much to you anymore. Of course, you want to have a home to live in. You want to feel safe on the planet. You want to have the car to drive to get you back and forth safely to places. There's some things that you may feel the need of and that you can receive, but it's really funny when you fall into the energy of your true self. There is no competition. It doesn't matter. You don't care to have the greatest car anymore. You don't care that your phone is fancier than someone else's. You don't care about any of that anymore, because it's just you know that everything that you long for, that you need, it comes to you through you, that you have the ability to create whatever it is whatever kind of life that you long to live. And it's more the people and the experiences that you need, that you want, than it is the stuff. Stuff becomes very unimportant. So, and I guess I'm hearing you with equality. I think it's just that we're all equally children of the King, that we're all intrinsically, the inside of us is love, and it's seeing one another for the truth of who we are, looking upon one another as a soul, and not necessarily the package that's wrapped around the soul. That's how I see it. Let's see, what did you guys see? I'll get back to you. I'll try to get back. There was a lot of commenting. I don't have time to get it all of it. Carrie, hugs to you too. Have a grand rest of your day. Christina, I was guided to paint myself. Then I saw them pulling up this beautiful angelic figure with flowing clothes. Ooh, this is beautiful. And ribbons and flowers of many colors. I was told it would be made into a statue. While I felt like I was using ego to create and I couldn't even look. I felt like I would be judged. They said there's no right or wrong, just be yourself. Wouldn't it be beautiful if all of these statues that are being taken down that hold negative energy are replaced by angel statues like you just created? Christina, I'd love to see that happen. Wendy, I went off and then I got a text from my manager. Sorry that got caught you. You didn't, it's okay, Wendy, if you didn't feel up to painting. I had a lot of energy around my head too. There was some releasing going on, and I think it was coming from you. Some energy that needed to be, I got very, the energy was very heavy with me for a few minutes, so that's why we started cutting and severing cords and attachments. There was definitely some earthbound spirit that was circling around that needed to be released, so I saw spirit going into healing, so I hope that you received the lightning that you needed. All right, you all. Thank you so much. Charles, I was painting away waterfalls, butterflies, angels. Saw angels, keep seeing a man in a cowboy hat. Keep seeing a man in a cowboy hat. That holds a little significance for me, but I'm not going to go into that right now. I don't have time. So you all, go get a big drink of water. My head feels a little funky too, Wendy, so take good care of yourself. There was some heavy energy. We're going to continue to receive clearing energy for the next couple of days. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, all the archangels to work with you. Archangel Raphael to come in and work and try to help you to release that negative, heavy energy. I'm asking for the same for me right now because I'm feeling it too. Release, sever any cords or attachments that are not here for our highest of good. Any earthbound spirits that might be within you, around you, and your property, anywhere. Let's ask for a release. Cross them over into the light, into healing, with love, with love. Hold yourselves in that higher vibration today. I love you so much. Take good care of yourselves. You said let go of stuff around your throat. There was a lot of heaviness in the throat, a lot of work going on in the throat area, Christina. So I'm glad that you were here today. You're so welcome, Wendy. Just know that they're with you for the next couple of days, that you'll have some healing going on. So if you feel more tired, rest more, take good care of yourself, drink a lot of water. Enjoy your day. I'm late. I gotta go. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. No negative, right? No negative. Take good care.